Sackboy, A Big Adventure is a cornucopia of inventive platforming fun, and while we're not making our own levels this time around, is it worth taking a look at? Let's check it out. The game may have your standard 3D platforming mechanics, but Sackboy is far from standard. Punch, jump, and dive through fully crafted levels that are just bursting with personality. Each world you go to introduces different mechanics, and many of the levels give you gadgets to further expand your abilities. From boomerangs to grappling hooks and sticky feet to hover suits, the variety in gameplay keeps the game from ever feeling stale. I will say, however, that I wasn't impressed with the first couple of levels. They were colorful and energetic for sure, but felt a little too underwhelming. It wasn't until about the third or fourth level that the themes started to emerge, and the gameplay went from average to extraordinary. The way each level shakes things up and utilizes its mechanics differently is impressive. Now let's talk about the actual mechanics. You can jump, roll, punch, and even hang in the air longer by holding down the jump button. And all these controls work great, with some minor exceptions. I found that when sliding down slopes, the jump didn't seem to accurately match the velocity in which you were traveling, which quite often killed me. For a game that's all about platforming, this was a bit frustrating in some of the more frantic levels. It was also during some of these levels when the camera was my worst enemy. Oftentimes it would be hard to gauge the depth, and I would accidentally jump too softly or not grab onto something that was too far away, resulting in my untimely demise. It didn't ruin my experience because it didn't happen in every level, but I did run into it enough times to take note that the camera angle wasn't always my friend. That said, when the camera is placed strategically in its isometric view, the platforming extravaganza is a wonderland to play through. It borrows heavily from the Mario formula, utilizing a certain theme of mechanics for each level, and the difficulty ramps up nicely. Each punch and dodge feels responsive, keeping me engaged with the second-to-second gameplay loop. One of my favorite types of levels were the Knitted Knight challenges, essentially gauntlets you had to complete in a time limit. They're all optional, and they really let you flex your platforming muscles. While some of the starting runs might seem easy enough, the later ones may prove a bit more difficult, which I very much appreciated. While some of the main levels felt more focused on fun than difficulty, these challenges filled that hole to those looking for something a little bit harder. The best levels in the game, however, are the musically inspired ones. The environments, enemies, and traps are all synchronized to the beat of the song. These levels really act as great set pieces for the game and show off the development team's creativity and fun. Just experiencing these levels felt like eye and ear candy, and makes replaying the levels always feel energetic and invigorating. There are bosses in each world, some easier than others, but I'll say the final boss did feel sufficiently difficult and satisfying, and each unique boss utilized the game's different mechanics very well. So, of course there is a story, but it's nothing really memorable. It's your standard Mario-ized narrative. Go to different worlds, collect stuff, defeat the bad guy. The main villain was cute and never really that threatening. My favorite character by far was the older sack woman guiding you through your journey. She had a few cheesy lines, but she never really overstayed her welcome. The art direction is where Sackboy really kicks ass. Inspired by Little Big Planet, the game blends real-world objects with cardboard cutouts, and the levels definitely feel like something you could literally mock up in your backyard. The levels do a great job at being colorful and diverse while remaining consistent with the overall theme. And another thing the game does so well at capturing is every avenue of creativity, whether it's playing outside, doing arts and crafts, or making trains out of cardboard. The art perfectly reflects the creative mind, and it's a joy to get lost in. The music is the game's other heavy hitter. Just about every song is a cover of a classic, and it plays a bigger role than most games do at making the world feel fun and immersive. The music isn't just playing in the background, but the background is playing with the music. As stated before, the musically synced levels are some of the best set pieces in the game and are always fun to play through. Each track kept me energized from start to finish, even through the game's more difficult areas. Overall, the amazing art direction, the immersive music, and the constant introduction to new mechanics really sets Sackboy apart from its platforming competition. The replayability, however, really depends on how well you did on your first run through the levels. If you rushed it, odds are you missed a lot of the orbs you'll need later on in the after the end area. It does lack the create portion that Little Big Planet is known for, and while it would have been amazing to make your own platforming levels with this engine, its absence didn't really detract from my overall experience. If you like platformers, I'm sure this game will be worth the $50 to $60 you pay for it. Every part of the game is well developed and it really shows. And hopefully this isn't the last game we'll see from our beloved Sackboy. I hope you all enjoyed the review. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and check out my other reviews if you haven't already. If you played Sackboy, let me know what your favorite level was in the comments down below. And until next time, this is Game Ghost. Happy gaming.